For our next very special, I would like to call upon three very special young innovation champions on the stage and share their experience. We have with us Srinidhi Bagla, Jayavardhan, and Adhiraj. Please come on the stage and share your journey.
Hello, my name is Adhiraj Chauhan, and I'm a high school student of 11th grade. And I'm the founder and CEO of Delta AI Revolution, Delta standing for change. The reason my company is called Delta AI Revolution is because I'm a very, very passionate entrepreneur who believes in the intersection of solving societal issues with modern day technology. So I'd firstly like to extend my heartiest thanks to the Atal Innovation Mission. It is in their Atal Innovation Tinkering Lab, which I started my project and created my first MVP. Also to Intel for providing support and mentorship, and to my very own school who's provided me support and been there with me every step. So my journey started when I realized that amongst the youth in our country, mental health is an epidemic, and despite a lot of efforts because of a large population, the ratio of psychiatrists to people is one psychiatrist per 100,000 people. So my startup is a mental health support platform. It is an AI-driven platform trained in different therapy techniques, ready to cater up to more than 100 disorders. We provide our platform to different psychiatrist firms, such as Dr. Vora Psychiatric Clinic, and we are also in talks with the Delhi Psychiatrists Association. We provide our platform to them, which they can provide to their clients. We've touched over almost 20 clients right now, and we're shifting to a B2C model. I'd also like to thank the Ministry of Electronics and IT, who has provided me funding. And again, I'd like to thank Atal Innovation Mission and Intel for providing me this opportunity as a young innovation leader and a young entrepreneur. Thank you so much.
I would like to call Srinidhi, please come on stage and share your experience.
Hello everyone, myself Shrini. Myself Srinidhi from BGS National Public School, Bangalore. Uh, I'm re- um, I'm very grateful for everyone who's been part of organizing the summit for giving us this wonderful opportunity of being here and presenting our project. It gives us confidence to build something new and gives us confidence that people believe in the youth today, and innovation just doesn't depend on age, it depends on intent. So my project is basically charades, named after a game which most of us might be knowing, dumb charades, where the players are supposed to explain a movie or a song name without using speech and only hand gestures. I decided to name my project charades because the game is similar to something similar to what we try to help. It is a glove that converts sign language to speech and speech to braille, um, trying to help the deaf-blind community. Right now, we have developed our models over thousands of images using machine learning, deep learning, and all of this was possible only because of the boot camps from Tinkerpreneur Challenge, the mentorship programs from Atal Tinkerpreneur and Intel, Niti Aayog, the um, mentoring sessions held by the summit organization, and we're really thankful for everyone who's been part of this summit. Yeah, that is everything I would like to say right now. Thank you.
We have our next innovator, and I don't want to introduce him. He'll introduce himself, and it's going to be a very surprising and his journey is very surprising. And let me call him on stage.
Thank you, ma'am. And hello, everyone. I am Jayavardhan Tyagi. So, if I'm a bit clearing, I just recently got appeared on Shark Tank India, where I secured funding from Sir Raman Gupta, founder of Boat Lifestyle, and a founder fellowship from Sir Ritesh Agarwal, who's the founder of Oyo Rooms. So, yeah, to start with, let's describe myself on a broader spectrum. I'm an engineer, I'm a student, and I'm a reader. I don't know. So AI in radiology and broader AI in healthcare has evolved structurally over the recent decade. Like, if I had to describe radiology AI in 2016, it would be like a metal detector at an airport. But today, it's like a full airport security system with a CT scanner, with behavioral analytics and security cameras, and all. So we have seen amazing benchmarks, especially from University of Florida recently, this year and the previous year's end, and we are seeing great progress in medical vision language models. But what the question that matters isn't how well these models perform on these curated benchmarks. It is, will they maintain this performance when the distribution shift is introduced? So the distribution shift is like some edge cases which are not so substantial. Like if we talk about radiology, an input from a newly installed MRI with a different contrast that can be considered as a distribution shift. Actually, vision language models today are very poor on handling those distribution shifts. They hallucinate a lot. So basically, the problem isn't the architecture itself, but it's the thinking that, okay, a single model has the power to understand like every part of every dynamic of human health, which is of course possible, and but this is less than a technical necessity and more like obsession with scaling. So yeah, so basically, what we have derived, it's almost like thinking a transcription model which doesn't take audio as an input but takes video frames and just try to determine what the person is saying from those video frames. It's possible but inefficient. So what's the solution then? The solution is a system or a framework that reasons across modalities and refers to previous conclusions, contradicts them, and finally describes them all in an understandable manner rather than a clinical report. So yeah, it turns out I'm working on the same thing. So yeah, so before I describe Neurapex AI's technology, it's as it appeared on Shark Tank India, it's good to first clarify what it is not. So it's not a classifier trained for narrow disease prediction tasks. It's not a standalone VLM with a reporting layer attached, and it's not an orchestration on a GPT. So uh, now let's discuss what it is really. So we have two pipelines. One is for radiology and one is for dermatology. A radiology pipeline has Dino plus Clip plus retrieval augmented vision language models, which actually are able to understand multiple sequences of MRIs and can read X-rays as well and can describe them in real time using clinical language. It's still under active development when it comes to structuring those findings, but yeah, it's still in the game. So the older radiology pipeline, which near the Shark Tank time, that was like a segmentation model which took in 3D MRI files and just segmented the three tissues, CSF, gray matter and white matter tissues in the brain. So what happens is when you have those tissues segmentations, and you have those proportions, you can actually risk score a wide variety of neurological disorders. That was all of the radiology pipeline. I plan to actually show the demo as well, but we have time constraint. Yeah. So let's talk about Deep Derm then. Deep Derm has a visual language model that's trained on dermoscopy, clinical, and histopathology datasets, and uh, it's able. So you first describe your problem like vocally, and then you answer a clarification question, and then it just generates a report, and it's live out there. You can just sign up on the Innovator site. So let's cover up. It seems no less than a mission, and this mission aligns with India's goals of leveraging technology for an outcome-driven impact. And yeah, it turns out we'll be working on them. So yeah, thank you everyone for.
Thank you so much. I would now like to invite our mission director, Atal Innovation Mission, to have few words and address the audience.
Thanks, Arunima, and such a pleasure seeing you all here. So many partners. You know, it's amazing. Were you guys listening to what they were saying, these kids? It's unbelievable. You know, I just finished a session. This was on the future of work. And I was coming, there were four of us. And I was telling them the biggest challenge for us will be the first is I asked them to raise hands of how many people have been laid off. There was only one. And I told him he's the only person ready for the next 10 years. It's very important. And you know, the problem we are trying to solve on mental health, that is going to be the biggest challenge going forward. The disruption is so immense that the ability to reskill and redo ourselves is going to be so high, and it's going to be generational. So I think people who have just gone into the workforce, and at least for the next 10 odd years, are the ones which are going to face the brunt of it. And that's where things like this are going to be critical. But what I was saying there is, and which is going to happen here, in the next 96 hours, Sarah, you and I will celebrate our 10th year of the journey, but more importantly, we will also celebrate the 10th birthday of the Atal Innovation Mission. And just imagine, it is a 10-year-old which is today the world's largest grassroots innovation mission. It's unbelievable. And this is where you're seeing what is happening. See the result. These are the ones which are now just going to take on that new India. And that is what I was saying there. That the big challenge is not going to be creating jobs, because just now we are looking for 1 million jobs a month, right? So far. Now we will have 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds ready to take on tasks. We are fossilized completely. And the point here remains that is where I say 2 points. The biggest delta multiplier of AI, the benefactor of this is India. The biggest benefactor of AI as a delta multiplier is India. I'll tell you why. 1.4 billion will be 1.6 by 2060. 1.6 billion people completely empowered. And starting from a low income to shoot up to be one of the biggest economies of the planet. You see the delta? We finally have a tool which is going to make that happen. And the interesting thing is, for some of us, ma'am, we might actually see it happen in our own lifetime. It is going to be so fast. It is so rapid. And the biggest benefit there which comes is two things about India, which are our biggest strengths. Think about it. The first is the ability to work in an unstructured environment without a playbook. You showed it. The worst example in human history which happened, the biggest calamity, was COVID, the pandemic. There was no playbook. You did not know what to do with it. You emerged as the strongest economy within COVID. You did it. It was unstructured. No one in the world had a playbook. The biggest strength of all of you, and we look up to you as the future which you are, and you're going to be creating the superpower of the world. The biggest strength of India is getting a job done, regardless of the resources available. Ask an Indian, he will get the job done. And Sarah, that is what is the strength of this juggernaut. Guys, today it is about you. Really fantastic. And you know, we're so lucky we have our old partners with us who started with us right away. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you right from the beginning. You, Sarah, thank you for walking this journey with us. It's a long way to go. We have a lot to do. And we are all with you and behind you, and actually looking forward and looking up to all of you. So thank you for making us proud. Very well done. And your presentations, remarkable. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we have with us a very special guest, Mrs. Sarah Camp. She is the Vice President, International Government Affairs, Intel. I would request, ma'am, to please enlighten us with your words.
It's not good afternoon, namaste. It's not very often in your life that you get an opportunity to make such a difference. And so I want to start by saying thank you, because this journey of 10 years has been life-changing to all of us. And I want to start also by asking all of our technologists, our future technologists, to stand up so that we can properly thank you. So all of the future technologists in the audience, I see you all with your stand up. Thank you. You are inspirational, and you are what gives me hope for the future. When I read the headlines and I get a little pressed, I take out my Changemaker brochure that has all of your projects in it, and I think, wow, there is hope for the future. And I would also echo, I think India's superpower is absolutely its people, and it is what's going to make a difference. And I also want to say that I am so grateful to the Indian government for how they have teed up and how they are framing AI. At this summit, not only is this summit making history because it is the first summit in the Global South, and it's going to lead the Global South, and India is going to lead that. But what I'm really excited about is the heart and the human that India has put at the center of AI, and making sure that the AI is to help people first and foremost. And so to our future technologists, we put on you a great responsibility, because with great talent comes great responsibility. You are leading us forward. You have the ability to make the society you want, to make us a better version of ourselves by using AI for good. And I just want to say I am very excited because I have great ambitions for all of you. But with that, I do want to just thank all the partners and look forward to another 10 years. Before we know it, we'll be there. And I just want to say again, thank you. On behalf of Intel, it has been an incredible honor to be able to be a small player in this. So there you go.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really inspiring. I would also like to mention that, we have top 50 students present, AI Tinkerpreneurs present with us. And they were shortlisted by Intel and Atal Innovation Mission by rigorous evaluation, and they were trained, and, mentor session was done. So I would request the dignitaries on the stage to unveil the Tinkerpreneur Compendium. Ma'am, sir, can you please unveil the Tinkerpreneur Compendium? Yes, we can also have the three young innovation champions, Jayavardhan, Srinidhi, Adhiraj, to come. Can we also have Hufaiza Salim? Yes. On the count of three, you can open the ribbons. Three. I see very less energy, we are, Thank you so much. Sir, sir, one. We actually have, so as our mission director just said that this is the 10th year of Atal Innovation Mission. I mean, like, we everyone here should be very excited about it because something that you're seeing right now is being seen only by you. Nobody here has witnessed the logo of 10 years of Atal Innovation Mission. What they're holding in their hands is the logo of 10 years of Atal Innovation Mission. Can we have a huge round of applause from the crowd? We are also going to play a video. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Okay, let's move on to our next session. We have a very special address by Mr. Ojasvi Babbar. Can you please come on stage and address us?
Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot, Atal Innovation Mission, Intel, the entire AI Summit team. Thanks a lot for this opportunity to present to you how we incubate, accelerate, and invest in AI innovations. Now, I've been given a small, a large task to be covered in a very small amount. I am short of words as such, but I first want to explain why do we actually need a model, a captive model, to actually evaluate AI innovations. What is so different in terms of AI innovations that we cannot evaluate them as against similar to the other startup innovations and the other startups that we do? And the difference lies in the demographic strength. The difference lies in the entire setup that we have here. So I'll start off with, I don't know if you have the slides here, but I'll start off with a few factors. We are currently at about 1.47 billion in terms of population. And with this population comes in with, this actually comes in with about 22 plus official different languages as such. Now, most of you know that most of the AI models that have been built in are either single language heavy or English heavy as such. So there is a large challenge that, so it's actually a challenge for AI to survive in India and not the other way around. We have to look at larger data sets. We have to look at diverse data sets. We have to look at an informal sector which is there, an entire urban and rural disparity which exists. So we are dealing with extremely large data sets, differentiated data sets, segregated data sets, and that too spread over 22 plus different languages. But having said that, along with that, we are actually at the cusp of a revolution as such. Unlike most of the developing economies, we stand at a point wherein we have a robust infrastructure to back it all. We have UPI, we have Aadhaar, we have ONDC to actually back and integrate the entire AI chain and use that particular intelligence to bring about changes disruptions in all across the other industries as such. So what I'm going to present to you, and of course, in India, it rewards efficiency. It does not reward hype words, which a lot of the startups have been using while AI has been in play. So what I want to introduce to you is the captive model that we use at Amity Innovation Incubator and at Amity Capital Ventures to actually evaluate what kind of innovations, how to evaluate AI-specific innovations as such all across. So can we move on to the next slide, please, if that's possible? Right. So when we talk about this captive model, it actually stands for CAPTIVE. C stands for context depth. There would be a lot of entrepreneurs wherein access to AI would be very easy. Access to AI technology, in terms of technology, would be very easy. But where the differentiator lies is whether the entire solution has a depth and context, whether the person or the startup or the student coming in with that particular venture has domain expertise or not. That is wherein we use this as one of the first initial parameters to differentiate whether that innovation is worth backing or not. The second refers to applied AI, and it's not, so applied AI is higher than hype AI. We use a simple litmus test there. We just use a single statement to identify if we take AI out of the entire equation of the business venture or the startup therein. Would that survive? Would that survive with the same strength? Would that survive with the same ability, agility, and grow forward? If the answer to that is no, and the business model still stands, that is probably not an AI innovation that we would look at. We can, of course, look at that in different categories as such, but not from the lens of supporting AI innovations. P stands for proprietary data loop. Now, this is one of the moats. So in each one of the AI setups that we have looked so far, proprietary data is what is the food for AI. So more the data, the healthier the AI engine would be. The quality of it is kind of nutrition. The better the quality of the data, the better proprietary AI would be there. So when we evaluate and identify different AI engines, different startups and entrepreneurs who bring in AI solutions, we first verify whether there is a proprietary data loop associated with it or not. Whether the data that has been curated, that is being curated day on, along with that particular solution, is that making that solution robust and creating a barrier to the entry to each one of the other solutions that might come in. Post that, we move on to the traction signal. So we can, in India, there are a lot of corporates, there are a lot of players who would be more than happy to give you a pilot, but not a paid pilot. So our litmus test is whether that pilot would actually convert into a paid pilot or not. Whether we'd be able to have that kind of traction in terms of revenues, in terms of figures, and whether that particular model or that particular innovation has the ability to scale the frugal challenges that India has there to showcase. Moving post that, we have one strong and significant element which we call as the infrastructure fit. I spoke about Aadhaar, UPI, and ONDC, which are infrastructure segments, which are infrastructure rail blocks, which are already available in the Indian ecosystem as such. Whether the innovations, whether those AI innovations, whether those AI solutions are actually using and utilizing the data blocks which are actually available along with the infrastructure that we have within the country. There's no point reinventing the wheel. If you can add on to the infrastructure which is already there and layer up your solutions, your applications on top of that and build a robust solution, that is also what we look at. If that is not available, if you're building an infrastructure which gives you a differentiating moat which nobody else can build in, that is what we look at. In terms of value creation, no need to say anything about that. As Indians, we don't look at the hype words, whether it's AI powered or not. We look at the inferences that they bring in, whether this particular solution would be able to save 40% of my time or not, whether this would be able to save 40% of my costing, whether it would be able to save some kind of effort. So herein the solutions sell, stories don't. And of course, E, as incubator, as an accelerator, and as an investor as well, exits is something that essentially everyone looks at. So this is the captive model that generally use at the incubator, at the accelerator, and at the investment network to identify whether each one of the AI innovations which are happening all across are actually worth backing or not. Otherwise, it's all noise, all hype, and we try to stay distant from them as such. But having said that, this is the framework for our evaluation. What exactly do we do? Once somebody passes on this off with this captive framework, how exactly do we help? How exactly does one incubate, accelerate, and invest? And what kind of value addition do we bring in while we have spoken about them bringing in that kind of value? The first one is rapid validation. If you move on to the next slide. The incubator, the accelerator, and as an investor, we help in rapid validation of these ideas. The earliest slide though, but we can probably lock onto this slide as well. So we help you stress test that particular feasibility. We help you stress test whether your particular solution would actually work in the real work or not by bringing in the right corporate clients, by bringing in the right pilot partners as such, and making sure that at the incubator and at accelerator, we have a philosophy. We say we need to fail fast, but we need to fail forward. We need to learn quickly, iterate quickly, and move faster. The second one is, of course, of the controlled pilots that we bring in through our corporate partners. We have a corporate adoption program which we utilize, wherein a lot of corporate partners plug into the incubator to give in problem statements which are solved by different age entrepreneurs at each one of the different levels. So that is one of the other programs that we have. Post that, there's a litmus test that we do and that we help out with is by making sure that there is the right revenue model associated with each one of the startups that actually present and that are actually incubated as such. And here in terms of these revenue models, we help them optimize the inference cost. Okay. I think we're short of time, so the essence is to ensure that we make sure that there's enough revenue which is coming in, the revenue model is right and tight, and that can move forward and get to a global scale level as such. And of course, the last one being making sure that once you are growing, you would be in need of capital, and that capital comes in with the right partners, the right strategic investors, and the other stakeholders as such. Stakeholders like Atal Innovation Mission, like Intel, would probably play a very important role when you're scaling up from 0 to 11. So moving forward, that's the last slide that we have. That is actually the gist of our entire AI thesis as such. We believe that any AI innovations which would actually thrive in an Indian ecosystem would have domain depth. They would have the right proprietary data which they would utilize to create a mode, a barrier to entry as such, and given multifold returns and relevant returns as such. And of course, having infrastructure railroads like that we have in the country as such, if they can utilize the distribution access that we have, I think we have a winning equation right in our hands for all AI innovations all across. So in the interest of time, I'll just wrap up there only. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now request Ms. Sara to please felicitate Mr. Ojasvi. Can you please come on stage, sir? Can we have a round of applause? Can we also have Adhiraj and Jayavardhan to come on stage? We would like to honor you with something for being such good innovation champions. Sara ma'am, if you could do the honors. Thank you so much. We now have our next speaker. He's the founder, co-founder and CEO of Hooper AI, Mr. Gaurav Dagonkar. Can we have huge round of applause?
Since I know we're pressed for time, I'll get going right away. I must say I was extremely happy today to come here to get a chance to talk about Hooper. But I think what's made me really happy is sitting right in between Jayavardhan and Srinidhi. I don't think I've felt that energized in a long, long time. Um, since we are a music technology company, let's do this a little differently, okay? How many of you recognize this tune? यूं मुलाकात हो गई फिर क्या हुआ You get it, right? Thank you, thank you. Had to. This song released 50 years ago, okay, more than 50 years ago, composed by R.D. Burman, written by Anand Bakshi, sung by the great Kishore Kumar. In 2016, and the reason I had to bring this up is I happened to make a cover version of this song that became really popular. A few years later, a mint brand launched in India using this cover version as their audio campaign. And as I checked last week, over 100 startups have still used this in the last 3 months to promote their product or their brand. Now the question is, have they got a license? Did Anand Bakshi get paid? Did R.D. Burman get paid? A little selfish, did I get paid? A lot of youngsters here who will make covers or who will make originals in the future need to ask this question. And that's what we do. I'm Gaurav Dagaonkar, I'm the co-founder and CEO of Hooper. And I've made my passion my profession. I graduated from IIM Ahmedabad and became a music director. So for a long time, I made music for films. I've had the fortune of having folks like Arijit Singh, Sonu Nigam, Shreya Ghoshal sing my songs. But after 10 years in the music industry, what I felt was, one, India loves its music. Whether it's our films, whether it's TV, whether it's ads, all the reels, 6 million reels we consume daily, they run on music. And yet, when it comes to music rights and music licensing, there seems to be no knowledge. That's an opaque space. I bet if there's any entrepreneur in this room who is using a Bollywood song, do you know how many licenses you need? The better question is, I don't think, did you even know you needed a license in order to use it, right? And that's what we're solving. Before we built Hooper, India did not have a single platform, even one, that could actually license music. It gives me great pride to say that Hooper is India's first native homegrown music licensing platform. And of course, we are a part of the Atal Innovation Mission ecosystem, so that makes me extremely happy. Um, in a nutshell, we are a marketplace where on one side, the largest labels, the largest artists come and list their songs. So you have folks like Yash Raj Films, Universal Music, even people like A.R. Rahman. Next week, we'll get Hanuman Kind listing their songs. And on the other side, it's basically brands who come and license the music. Over the last couple of years, we now have over 3 lakh of India's biggest influencers and 220 brands that are licensing music from us. And it works in a very, very simple manner where the song gets uploaded on the platform, a brand discovers it, licenses it, and the royalty or the revenue goes to the artist. Beneath all of this is our AI infrastructure layer. And it works in a really cool manner. First, when a song comes in, we process that raw audio. We use a multimodal AI there to create different tags, such as mood. Is this a song? Is this song a happy song, a sad song? Will it go for a fashion brand or a sports brand? We also use LLMs to understand brands and try to create some kind of a fingerprint for every brand, and then we try and match the two. What music would work, say, for Baskin and Robbins? What music would work for a Dairy Day? What music would work for a Mintra? And so on. That's essentially what we've done. And now it gets exciting because we've legally licensed music from authors and composers. We can now build on top of it. What if, say, for Mahindra Thar, I want to create a hip hop remix? And I want to do it legally and ethically so that the artist gets paid. And I think that is where I would love to invite many of you who probably have music as a passion and would want to build on top of the Hooper stack. That's a bit on our AI layer. I love I love my job because on one side we've got the largest creators using the platform, be it folks like Ranveer Brar, Ashish Vidyarthi, Sadhguru. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis's YouTube channel uses Hooper. And I hope that this year we also get a chance to soundtrack our Honorable Prime Minister's social media content and videos. And apart from that, we also have brands, large brands like a Himalaya, Mintra, Marico, as well as startups that use the platform. I'll just take half a minute to play you a short audio visual that will give you a glimpse of what Hooper has done in the Indian soundtracking ecosystem. If the visual doesn't load, I believe it might be better. Yeah, I was going to sing a song. Yeah. So that's so good that is licensed. It's Pigeon India.
अपनी यादें भी ले जाना याद संग अपनी
All I love is सतरंगी रंगों जैसी आजादियाँ
रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण
So that's a glimpse of what Hooper is doing. Thank you. And our vision now is to work with every young creator, be it a school student, be it a startup founder. We've aggregated artists, brands, and content creators. And what I now see is probably working even closely with the AIM ecosystem in trying to ensure that India tells better stories, tells them legally, ethically, and responsibly. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So we would like to felicitate you if Sarah ma'am could do the honors again. He played some music. At least we can clap. So today we have with us top 50 AI Tinkerpreneurs. You know, these are the people who got selected from about 3,500 applications, and they are here today from each and every corner of the world, representing at the AI Impact Summit. Before I call them to stage to give them certificates, I would like to request Ms. Dipali Upadhyay, our program lead, Ms. Hufeza Salim, Mr. Sumit, our admin and finance head, to please felicitate Ms. Sarah Kemp, who is, you know, a huge partner. Intel has been supporting us in training, mentoring, and the selection process of these top Tinkerpreneurs. Thank you so much, ma'am. Can we now have our students in 10-10 groups on stage? We would like to give you certificates. And while coming, you have to, you know, give a chair. Everybody, please give a chair. These are our star students, and, you know, yeah. So you know, Shubham is here to, you know, felicitate them.
Yeah, so from DAV Centenary Schools, do we have? Yeah, please come forward. And then from Infant Jesus School. Infant Jesus, yeah. And ML Khanna. The mentors, the teachers, as well as the student. Come forward, please, for a quick photograph. Just come forward, please. Yeah. Then we have Vidya Shilp Academy, Radiant International School, Lakeford School, and KVIISC. Please come forward quickly. Vidya Shilp, Radiant, Lakeford, and KVIISC. Silver Oaks, JSS matriculation. You can also come forward, please. Join them, please. Go ahead. Yeah, join them. Yes, please. The next lot can come. Yeah, please. Yes. Somalwar School, Father Egnal, Morarji Desai. Please come forward. Come forward quickly. Yes, please. We can move over to the next lot. Yes. Next lot, please, quickly. Morarji Desai, Silver Oaks. Yeah, it's done. Yes, please. Please come forward. Few of you can go there. Few of you can go there. This side. Yes, after this, all those schools who are left can come over. The students as well as the mentors. All those schools after this who are left can come forward. The students as well as the mentors. That would be the last camera shot for the day. So whoever is left, please come forward. There is a session scheduled after this. So please, whoever is left, come forward. The students and the mentors. Quickly settle down, please. The last lot is here. Ma'am, you can just settle them down. Just settle them down this room. Yeah. Deepali and Sara, MD sir wants to also join. Deepak sir is back. So sir, please come and join us for the last photograph. Yeah.